Oh, hey y'all. Here we are, 2 days after Christmas, and you wouldn't know it. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. It is like 70 out here. North Carolina. It's 41 day, 70 the next. But we're back doing something with General Lee. Pretty much all the suspension parts I needed come in, and the 2 new Vector wheels. So now we're back to the parts cornet. We need the K-frame, torsion bars, etc., etc. So I got to pull the motor, got to pull the transmission first, so I can see what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna go get the leaf blower and blow all this junk out of here. And we will probably throw a chain around the K-frame and pick this thing up with the backhoe and block it up some sort of way on the frame rail, similar to how we did the wagon, and start tearing it apart. So let me pick this thing up, block it, go get the blower, blow it off, and grab up some tools, and we'll bring you back in. our K-frames and suspension components from the Coronet and from the Belvedere wagon. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear both these down and pile of what we ain't going to use, pile of what we are going to use. And as of right now, what we are going to use, we're going to use the Coronet K-frame, Coronet torsion bars, which I've already laid under the General. We're going to use the sway bar setup from the wagon, the strut rods, lower control arms, drums, and spindles from the wagon, and this manual steering box from the wagon. I think we're going to clean them, everything off, the K-frame, torsion bars, lower control arms, all that mess, paint them, and then the K-frame on the car, and fully assemble our suspension components with all new that we're going to use. I didn't get the disc brake set up. I'm going to eventually put the same disc brake conversion kit on this that I put on the 71 Charger, but it's going to be a minute before we're driving this thing, so I didn't see much point in dropping the $500, $550 bucks on that kit right now just for it to sit here and surface rust, because you can get that brand new off eBay any day of the week. So for the time being, when we put it together, we're going to be using the drum brake spindles and hubs and drum brakes just so we can put it on the ground and roll the car. Be it. So yeah, let's soak everything down in PB Blaster, get our tools out here, and get after just ripping it apart. That nut's ruined. Steering gearbox off and we should be straight. Oh, my. We can go back up yonder somewhere. We get the golf cart and take it back up there. So we have our bare V8 K-frame here. And the car sat basically a swamp in that junkyard for ever, low to the ground. So we have holes hole, and the bracket for the drag link, I don't remember what you call that thing, idler arm. It's a little thin here, but still feels pretty strong. It's a little crusty. So we're gonna go over all of it with the wire wheel and see what we got, and I guess go from there. That's what we're left with. It's pretty pitted holes. This over here is pretty bad, and that's kind of probably be alright. So what I'm gonna do, I'm probably just gonna go find me a piece of plate, weld it right over top of that, and find something to weld onto this. Call it good, clean it up and paint it. I'm sure that makes some of y'all sick, but you know, it is what it is. It'll be fine. So let's do it. Alright, so we got our piece of scrap cut here and cleaned up. Yeah, it's good enough. And I've got some Seymour butts, weld through primer on both the workpiece and the back side of our pack. Take it, lay it on there, something such as that, and weld the snot out. Beat it down where we want it. that's on there, better than it was. Now let's try to find us something to fix this over here. Weld that on there and then beat it over and make that work. While we're here, might as well reinforce this factory wheel. Probably should have cleaned that better, but oh well. Cut that off. That's gonna need a new bolt anyway. Alright. Weld that. Alright. As far as I'm concerned, it's fixed. Good enough. Good enough for who it's for. Alright, so let's clean this thing up and vacuum it out, all that rust, crust, dust stuff down in there. We'll blow it out and clean it up and paint it. Alright, I felt kind of bad leaving that idler arm bracket alone as thin as it was, so I found me a thick washer, some oblong weird thing that was similar in bolt hole size, and just welded it on there, so it made me feel a lot better about the whole thing. That's a lot better than it was, and we still got plenty of thread engagement on the other side, so that'll be plenty fine. Alright, so the K-frame fully painted, secured overnight. Looks pretty good, pretty slick. It's gonna look nice under the car. So now we just gotta put it under there. 4 bolts, I've already picked out my 4, got them cleaned up. Let's get it under there. It don't weigh much. It's just stamped sheet metal welded together. So, it's pretty. Yeah, it's nice. I used the same Rust-Oleum chassis and suspension paint, roll cage paint, whatever. I did on that. Control arms and stuff. I'm gonna hold it up there. Can you get one of these bolts started? Hold right here.
To the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yet.
One goes in the front right here. Extendo or something on that one.
Yeah. Just get an extendo in that orange bucket over there. We're laying next to the orange bucket. All the way seated.
Now that one didn't even get started. It's just dangling up there. This one's not all the way seated.
Alright, finally getting out here this evening. We made a little trip over to our buddy Jonathan's place earlier, checked out his 69 RT he's been working on. Hooked us up with his old deck lid, because he got a new AMD one. I have a couple of these, but this one's nicer than both of those, so we'll probably use this one. He was also working on his door skins. We went over there, so he gave me one of his old door skins. I have plenty of doors, so we're not gonna bother reskinning these or anything. I just got this one from him for a little arts and crafts project. You understand what I'm into, you probably understand where I'm going with this. But now we gotta actually work on the car, so we gotta figure out what's next here in order of operations. I'm thinking probably put on the new upper control arms. So we'll smack them on there, and then I guess get after breaking these down on both sides. We'll probably, it's cold out here and I don't foresee getting very far tonight, so we'll just probably pick one side or the other, drag it in the shop and turn on the heat and get after taking it apart. So we'll bring you back for that. All right, got our new upper control arms in on both sides. I didn't video that, not much fanfare there. You can get ball joints and the bushings and just redo your old control arms, but you can buy these brand new ching chong ding dong reproduction control arms on eBay in it as a set for 66 to 71 B body with new ball joints, new bushings, freshly painted, not to mention your time reconditioning the old ones as a pair with free shipping for like 65 bucks. These are the same ones I put on the 71 Charger when I rebuilt front suspension on it. These are worth every penny in my opinion. So there you go. New upper control arms on both sides. So now we're gonna run in the house, eat supper, put the food up before the cats get to it, and come back out and start taking that apart. So we'll see. is late as balls. And that is one reconditioned B-body lower control arm. New bushing, cleaned it up, painted it, all that. First bushing I pressed in it, it was not good. Here it is, another one of these pins. Should not be able to do that. It's press fit. It should be a lot tighter than that. So I pulled out the other Moog K971 lower control arm bushing I had, and it was much tighter. I had to press the pin in. So I don't know what's up with that. Manufacturing inconsistency, I guess. But I pressed that bushing back out. Surprisingly, it came out in one piece. Pressed the other one in, pressed the pin in. Good to go. Oh my goodness, it's been a long one. So let's clean up and go to bed. We'll see y'all later. Alright, now that we have our driver's side lower control arm fully reconditioned, now we have the driver's side strut rod in the vise. I got to knock out what's left of this factory roll pin, and then I've got to work over these threads with a 5/8 die. I got new nuts and everything. And then after we get that straight, we can clean the thing up with wire wheel and paint it with the same chassis and roll bar paint, because this has to go on the K-frame before the lower control arm can go on. After that, after this dries, it'll probably be tomorrow or something, we'll put that whole shebang together, at least on the driver's side, and then wash, rinse, repeat on the passenger side. Somewhere in there, I got to work on the sway bar and the steering link and whatnot, but do what we can do, a little piece at a time. Alright, so I went ahead and just banged out the driver's side. It's all together. The strut rod's painted in, upper control arm as you saw earlier. Tie rods. I even put the torsion bar in, cranked up the key, everything. Bolted it all together with the old drum, spindle, and hub just for mock-up and rolling around and whatnot. Later on I'll buy the disc brake kit to put on it, same as I have on my 71 Charger. Still got to do the other side and the sway bar and everything. But I stuck one of my Vector wheels on there, and it's 15 by 8.5, and we got problems. It's rubbing the upper control arm, and it's really close to the little lower ball joint and tie rod. It's not good, so we're gonna have to do something about that. I don't know what yet. This is one of the old ones I already had, so, but it's the same dimensions as the two new ones I bought. So I'm sure we can use these on the back, no problem. But probably gonna have to return them two new ones and get a different offset. But it's after midnight. This is a tomorrow problem. I ain't gonna get it too tight, because when we get the disc brake kit, all this is gonna have to come back apart. So, 3/4 socket, tighten up these tie rods. Alright, here, torsion bar tool off there, get our hub on. That'll be it. Rubber mount, like that on there. That's done. Now we can get this shock absorber bushing out. So we're gonna go ahead and put our new shock on too. Pop the hood. Alright. That's that out of there. And find our shock and tools that fit this shock bolt. Ouch. Let's get the top in first. Get the pry bar. Update. Camera died. But we decided we're gonna rob these off the 68, stick it on it. I don't know what these are. I don't know if they're Westerns, American Racing. I don't know. Other than not having the black paint between the spokes, they look just like Vectors. But they're 14s. They're 14 by 7s. Or 14 by 6, something like that. If it wasn't for them being 14s, I'd probably just paint between the spokes and use them. You never know the difference. Y'all missed the fight I had. Them stupid turbine wheels I had on the back of them, this thing, them. Well, the one on the driver's side, I wasn't using the right shanked lug nuts to hold it on there, because I was just using them as a roller, using the steel wheel only lug nuts. They all come off except one. Couldn't get it off, so we had to take the sawzall, cut all the spokes, and take a grinder. Where is that piece I cut off there and shut? There it is. Take a grinder and have at it. Finally got it off. Cut the stud from the back and got it off. Which is fine, because these studs was left-hand thread anyway. They needed to come off. So while I was at it, I went ahead and put in my new 1/2 by 20 regular thread studs in there. And I found some shank lug nuts with the washers I had, so we won't damage these wheels. I don't know if we'll ever use them on anything, but we have a complete matching set. And like I said, they look just like Vectors, so if you wanted to paint them, use them on something, you could. Okay, that's the last one. Harvested them off the 68 Charger. I changed the hub on this side too. This one was actually like, had the regular thread lug nuts on it. And you remember the driver's side front hub on the General Lee still had them stupid left-hand thread lug nuts, and we couldn't ever, or lug studs, couldn't ever get them out, so I just swapped the hub, took one off the 68. Be fine. And that looks bigger. That looks like it might be an 11-inch drum. I ain't sure. That's neat. It ain't like we're gonna use it, but it's neat. Let's stick this last stupid wheel on this thing and let it down and get back to what we was doing. Oh, and I just did what I shouldn't have done, what I did last time I stuck that wheel on something, but screw it, that's later Jacob's problem. I don't know, it might be too much. Getting close. Shanked lug nuts. Where's it? Alright, air over there. Okay, I think it's time. Well, this over here is a little higher. It might stand to go. Torsion bar adjustment. That's a little more. Here we go. It's the first time this car sat on wheels since I've owned it, and I've had it for like 11, 12 years, something like that. Here we go. Now, I got the little tires in front, big ones in the back. I tried to get the torsion keys even as I could just by eyeballing it, but we'll see what this gives us. Here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm pretty sure it's leaning, maybe a little. I may not have that torsion bar indexed right on the passenger side. That is sick. Yeah. I wonder if I can crank that torsion bar up some more. Try to get her a little more level. Well, that's better. It's still not great, but Maybe this side could come down. Or... Ooh. This side's got a little bit more squish to it. That side over here is rock solid. Ooh. Well, let's get a closer look. Oh yeah. Man, this thing's come a long way. That just makes me so happy. I never thought this car would ever come this far. This is a big moment for me. Oh man, all these years of dreaming and just hoarding parts and looking at it and racking my brain on what to do. Here it is. It's far from done. There's still a whole lot more left to do, but man, that's probably the biggest, hardest part done. It's all downhill from here. Uphill, downhill. That was the worst part of what I'm trying to say. It's better. Alright, well, I still ain't got the sway bar on it. I really honestly don't know how to put the bushings in there. I don't know how you get those off. It's like they don't separate, and I don't know how you get them over this knotted end. I don't know. That's a later problem. I'm just gonna relish in my victory and go hit the gym. So this is it. This is probably gonna be it for a while on this. I got just so much other stuff I gotta do. I gotta get done. So it'll probably be a minute before y'all see any more on this car. But maybe not. Maybe I'll change my mind. Who knows? But I got other stuff needs doing, and we're kind of, there's a few little things we can do, but we're running out of stuff to do without spending money. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. It's been a lot of work. I'm sorry it's took a while. I've been busy. I've been real busy. This is what you see in this video is probably the sum of like a day here and there, an evening here and there for like 2 weeks. So I've got like 10 hours of footage I gotta edit for this. So that's, you know, it's gonna be substantial, but we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna let that chill for a while and do something else. I need to get back on the blue truck, fix the transmission, and get the lift kit stuff straight, get it back on the road. And I need, so there's plenty to do around here. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Every little bit helps. I need as much support as I can get. It don't cost nothing to subscribe. Stuff like this would be a whole lot easier if I had more subscribers, more viewers, more likes, all that stuff. So I'd appreciate it. Take care. We'll see y'all later.